So, Limited this weekend has one of the most confusing set of stipulations that I've seen in a long time, but here it is. Full throttle, week 3, game conditions. All guards must have 90 speed or higher, all forwards must have 80 speed or lower, and all cards have the limited sticker. No free agent cards are allowed, thank the Lord. So, I'm going to show you guys the best cards you guys can be using. Obviously, you can see I already have my 3rd ring, so it's all looking gorgeous for me, and I'll help you guys go ahead and get it. So let's talk about it. And the reason that I say it's weird is because almost all cards are coming with a 90 speed. Like, let's just check out, some of the cards that dropped yesterday. James Wiseman, who's a center. If we find him in the auction house, I don't know why I did that because I literally have him on my lineup. We have a 93 speed. Bill Russell, who we got for free, 99 speed. If we check out Jaylen Brown, he has a 90 speed, but yeah, that makes sense. I mean, a lot of the guys that you can be using at the center and power forward position all have a really high three-pointer or speed. So this is the lineup that I was running because it was way too difficult to make a secondary, squad with it, a bench and all that sort of stuff. I went through, I picked up this RJ Hampton because he had a 90 speed and was a silver card. It just was easier. If you guys didn't know, you can hit the left button where it says all if you were switching through bronze. This is R1. You can hit L1 actually and move over to the section of limited, and it'll show you all the cards you can actually run. What I did is I switched over to limited and I scrolled all the way over. This painstaking ability. Just look how long it takes. When you get a lot of cards, I have about 1,500. So for anybody that has higher than me, I feel for you. This takes forever. Once you get all those, you can scroll all the way over and it'll show you every single card that you can use in order to basically be fine and be living. Now, I would recommend throwing them all with whatever you can, bronzes, and don't worry about the position requirements because up here we'll fix all that. So I have RJ Hampton in here as a point guard just to make sure I don't have to run another point guard. But either way, for the 1 through 3, it's pretty simple, especially the point guard and the shooting guard. Just pick a point guard that you like. I would recommend running a tall point guard right now because literally every single person that possibly can run Luka is running Luka. I've ran against one point guard that wasn't Luka, and I think it was a troll because it was the wonderful exchange reward Louis Dampier. So I don't really think it was too serious. But make sure you have a good point guard who can guard the likes of Luka, because Luka is 6'7". He's got good defense and he is tall as hell. So make sure you're ready for that. Manu is my perfect example of just being a demon. He is Luka, but just better. So that's who I'm using at my point guard. Then when it comes to the shooting guard and small forward, the number one tip that I can give you is run 2 shooting guards that have the ability to play small forward, because you get 90 speeds on all guards. Meaning, if we run 2 shooting guards, we have 2 guys who have really good speed. So if you're somebody who's used the Spotlight Sims, my recommendation is have the Steven Jackson always because he's amazing. And then maybe even run Tyreek Evans because this card is a demon. Have something like this looking for your lineup. Just pick 2 shooting guards that are going to be good for you. I have both of these guys are 6'6" and then 6'8", which is pretty good. So as long as you have like a 6'7", 6'8" small forward, I think you'll be fine. Most people know this trick and are doing this, so I haven't seen too many people actually using small forwards at the small forwards. But if you are somebody like that, please switch it up because in none of the small forwards that you really can run. I mean, look at the options that I have here. None of them are good enough to be running in this limited game. It's not worth it, man. If you go against somebody who's using, Steven Jackson, and we're out here with Emerald Gordon Hayward, it's going to be a pretty tough time to stay competitive in that game. And then the tough part comes to the center and power forward positions, where we have to use 80 speeds or lower. Now, for majority of the game, I actually wasn't using the Singular. I was using this Pink Diamond Joel Embiid because I got lucky and pulled him out of one of the free packs that I got. And he's a decent card. He's giving me good enough. But they finally have fixed it so that most cards that have the limited sticker actually have it now. So if you were somebody that put it off because it was just frustrating and there wasn't anybody that actually should have rings had rings, like I'll give you an example. When the game first started, or limited first came out, Wendell Carter didn't have a ring. But now that he does, almost all of you guys should have him because he was a free reward for leveling up in Season 6. And he was like level 12, level 13, something like that. So it's really easy to have this Wendell Carter Jr. So make sure if you have him, run him, because my lord is he a lifesaver in this, because he is a amazing just all around card. Only thing he can't do is driving dunk, but I like him because he got the defense, he's got the rebounding, he is just at that speed I guess threshold that we need as one Hall of Fame badge, and we have really good defense with Clams and Intimidator, and that's all I need out of my power forward. He can shoot, he can play defense, that's good. Manu is taking all the other responsibility for it. That's all I need out of Wendell Carter. But for the center, it gets a little bit trickier because I don't really like a lot of these options. If you are a fan of back-to-the-basket bigs that don't really do a lot of offense, I think your best option is to go with this radioactive Mark Eaton, just because 7'4", and aside from shooting the three, this Mark Eaton literally does everything else beautifully, but just a little bit slow, but everybody's going to be. And he's got 18 Hall of Fame badges to really play that defense, rebound well, and finish in the paint pretty well. But if you aren't somebody who likes back-to-the-basket bigs, I'm going to give you guys a few options that you can use. I've actually got a bunch of them out that are going to be pretty fun. Obviously, the first one is going to be the Diamond Sim Boular, who I really love, but the problem is Sim Boular does not have clamps. Everything else about him, amazing. He is 7'5", 360 with a 7'8" wingspan, so he's going to be an absolute beast in the paint. He's got a good post game. He has a 91 shot three. He can dunk on everybody, and he has all-around amazing defense with good rebounding and just under the threshold for speed, but we don't have clamps. You'll see it once we go throughout here. It's 25 amazing Hall of Fame badges, which are all crazy. Intimidator, Posterizer, Rebound Chaser, Worm, Circus 3s, Deep 3s, Set Shooter, Deadeye, and 11 nice gold ones. But you'll see none of those include clamps. So my recommendation is make sure you go ahead, and if you're going to be using some of these guys, add clamps to them. I think clamps is a very, very cheap badge. I'll go ahead and check it right now for you guys just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure because everybody's been getting clamps, it's really not too expensive. We'll just go raw clamps and we'll check it out. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. About 700 MT. That's nothing, man. Most of you guys should be able to go ahead and pick it up and add it to it. I think as long as you get it up to gold, you'll be good. You can get bronze for 700. You can get silver for 700. And you can get gold for 700. So, or 450 right there. Not bad. So you can basically, for 2100 MT, add clamps to any of these centers that don't have clamps that I'm recommending, and I think it'll be pretty okay doing so. So Sim Boular, definitely an option that you could have fun with. If you have, this Enes Kanter, the diamond that we ended up getting for free, just from 2K because they decided to be nice to us. He is one of the best jumpers in the game with jump shot 38 and has an otherworldly post game. So people are running some bum centers. You really can have an advantage there. He's a really good shooter. His dunking is amazing. He actually, I think, was speed boosting a little bit for me when I was actually in the game, which was cool. His defense isn't too bad. His rebounding is godly, as you would expect from his Kanter card. And he has a lot of really good Hall of Fame badges, including some really good rebounding and finishing ones, which is pretty cool. And he's got the deep threes, which is awesome. No clamps either. A lot of the centers that have 80 speed and are really good don't have clamps, so you're going to have to add it to them. But once you do, I think Enes Kanter is a great option to have some fun with and just all around be a good card and be a fun card. But I do have a lot of other options for these center positions. That's really what I focused on to try to give you guys some good ones because that's really the question mark here. And I do recommend at almost all scenarios run a double big lineup. I mean, if you look at all the power forwards that you got, I've gone up and down throughout 2KDB, and it's just not worth it. Don't waste your time with it. But a nice little budget one that I do have for you guys, if I can finesse through here and find where he is going to be sitting, is Amethyst Marc Gasol. You can see he has the beautiful limited sticker. He is a very, very cheap card, 1.5 KMT. Real good. He's 7'1". He's going to look terrible because, I mean, he's going against Goat Bill Russell, but just ignore that. He has a really good post game. All of them are in the 90s. We have an 89 midi, 87 3-point shot. His dunking is great. He has really good all-around defense, good rebounding. We are below the speed threshold, which is why we can use him. And we have 3 Hall of Fame badges in Intimidator, Backdown Punisher, and Drop Stepper. 3 good badges, but the big thing is the 40 gold, which have everything you need. Clamps, Interceptor, Rebound Chaser, Worm, Circus 3s, Deep 3s, Sniper, Hot Zone Hunter, all of that wonderful stuff. And nobody is really even talking about this card. But if you are on a budget, this is the perfect one to use for limited this weekend. He is absolutely amazing and really gives you everything you want. But you have to remember, set shot 18, only on quick. It's that Hakeem jumper. It's not great, but it's good enough to get you by for what you need to do. So there's that. Love Marcus All. Highly recommend him. My next center that I'm going to be talking about here is over here. There's actually two of them in this section. We have a Diamond DeAndre Ayton. I think one that a lot of people are favoring because his price has gone up just a little bit since Limited came out. Again, he's going to look worse because of Bill. 7'1", and we have a good post game, good mid-range, good three-point shot, amazing dunking. I've even done a gameplay with this card if you really wanted to see how good he's looking. It's on the channel. Great defensive all around, good rebounding, and obviously we are below that speed, and we have 11 Hall of Fame badges. Slightly low, I will say, but DeAndre Ayton has a beautiful jumper in jump shot 112. I don't know why it's good, but it's good. And you can see we got clamps, defensive leader, posterizer, all that stuff. He's just a good all-around card to have a lot of fun. You don't have any sort of range, but he's super quick, he's super nice, and even quick for a step. All around, really fun, really great card. And then also in this set is Pink Diamond Kristaps Porzingis, a card that I actually have not ran into yet, which I'm surprised about because he is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. We have the Brook Lopez base, which is always a good one, and you can see he's actually stupid cheap. Look at that. Diamond contract and diamond three-point shoe right here with, I think, 2 extra Hall of Fame badges. Not too bad, but I don't recommend you splash that hard on Porzingis. Oh yeah, 24,500 right there for a diamond contract. That is looking great on him. Anyway, with Porzingis, you get a 7'3" guy who has amazing shooting, 90 mid-range, 93 three-point shot. He can dunk on everybody. The defense is going to be good enough. Rebounding is great, and you have a pretty good set of Hall of Fame badges, especially on the offensive end with deep threes. Deadeye, Sniper, Green Machine, Volume Shooter, and 31 really good gold badges, especially in the defense, rebounding, and finishing kind of sections. You can see downhill and quick first step. And this one actually has bronze clamps added, but Porzingis does not come with clamps. So if you can find one like this, highly recommend going after it. 2 really good badges actually that he added. Clamps and posterizer, amazing additions. But again, we talked about it. Clamps is cheap. Add it if you can. Porzingis is a really good option to pick up and to add clamps to. I don't really think he gets too much better than that. Again, if you're looking for another center, we got a diamond that is actually really, really nice in Diamond Yao Ming. Now, Yao Ming is a card that I don't really like just because, I mean, it's Yao Ming, not a huge fan. He just always is stupid slow, but in this case, it actually really helps. 7'6", 7'5" wingspan, which is amazing. As you would expect with the Yao Ming card, we have a great post game. We have a good mid, even 88, a 73 three-point shot. Has the DeMarcus Cousins and Arvydas Sabonis jumper, which is really good. I don't really mind it at all, but terrible three-point rating. So maybe a shoe and a coach boost like Mike D'Antoni wouldn't be too bad to add to him to get that to an 80, and then I think you could be pretty consistent with it. Good dunking. I'm obviously really good defense inside and really good rebounding, but he is really, really slow. So you have to be aware of that. And it's traditionally why I don't use Yao Ming cards. But if you want to be real tall, real cheesy, and use those matchups against the other bad centers really good in the post, Yao Ming's probably your best option for that. And then we also have 20 Hall of Fame badges, which is absolutely crazy. All of these are working in finishing, defense, and rebounding, all that sort of stuff. But you'll see once we get through these 19 gold badges that we also do not have clamps on Yao Ming. So we might want to add it. But now that I'm thinking about it, almost all cards don't really have clamps, and all the centers are going to be cheesy, so who knows. But I still recommend adding it just because, in case you get switched onto a guard or whatever, you don't want it to be immediately a bucket for the other team. So there's that. Another center that I want to shout out is in the mystery section. A nice little pink diamond somewhere throughout here. That's actually 2 of them. The first one is Pink Diamond Rick Smits, who's again another one of those tall centers if you guys like that. Pretty cheap, 7'4", 7'7" wingspan, amazing post game, good midi of a 90 and a 78 three-point shot. And he has jump shot 22 on quick, which is that Jimmy Butler jumper, actually pretty fire. And if you have like a coach boost like I do with Mike D'Antoni, you give him like a gold three-point shoe, you can actually get his three-point up to an 85, which is really easy to time. You'll see he actually has some shooting badges, which is pretty cool. Really good dunking on Rick Smits as well. And the defense is absolutely insane. Awesome rebounding. And again, below the speed. And what's great about Rick Smits is he has that like perfect player build when it comes to the center. So it's actually pretty fun. And we have 25 Hall of Fame badges, all covering defense, finishing. But you will see, I think there's stuff like Green Machine, Set Shooter right there. And we have Hot Zone Hunter as well, which are pretty key badges. But he doesn't have any three-point hot zone, so it doesn't help too much. And he does come with clamps. It's a pretty nice badge there on defense, which is Always, always, always a plus. The next one is also in this section, and it is Pink Diamond and Nikola Vucevic, who hasn't really got a lot of hype, but I don't really understand why, because I actually quite like this card. Only about 12 to 10k MT, depending on where you're looking and what you're doing, and you could even get some ones for diamond shoes for 4k extra MT. That's not bad. But with Nikola Vucevic, we're looking at a 7-foot center who, again, has that all-around game, but surprisingly, has a shifty dribble style, and set shot 18 on very quick, which is the Hakeem jumper, but on very quick it's not too bad, and with that 94 midi and 94 3-point shot, it's going to work fine. Great dunking, he can speed boost as well and really use that shifty dribble style, but his animations kind of suck, and he has some really good defense and awesome rebounding. The thing that I always hated about Vucevic is that he could speed boost, but he never really felt too fast, but I guess in this setting, it kind of works perfectly, and we do have 29 Hall of Fame badges, which literally cover everything, but majority of them are in shooting. I will say that: circus threes, deep threes, rhythm shooters, set shooter, sniper, stop and pop, like you can see it. And then we have 21 gold badges as well, including clamps. So we actually don't have to add it to them if you don't want to. And the last two cards are both opals that I want to talk about, which are, this one's another opal that I'm going to mention, but I don't really recommend you get just because his diamond is equal to him, and it is Galaxy Opal Yao Ming. I'm not going to go through him just because he's literally almost the exact same card as his diamond. So if you want to use Yao Ming, please, please, please just get the diamond. Do not buy the opal, but it is there. If you want to flex with another opal, you can do it. And last but not least is, again, in the mystery section, and it is Arvydas Sabonis, who I didn't know had an 80 speed until looking up for this video. But 7'3" center, has a wonderful 7'6" wingspan, and I mean, Arvydas Sabonis is one of my favorite cards of all time, so definitely gets love there. Such a 8 on very quick. Again, that DeMarcus Cousins jumper, always really good. 92 midi, 94 3-point shot. He can dunk like crazy. He has that just massive, super tall, and just big player build, which is awesome. His playmaking is godly, and he actually has, dimer and things like that, which we'll see. Defense all around is super solid, and we have good rebounding as well. And when it comes, we went too far. When it comes to the badges, we have 38 of them Hall of Fame, which kind of cover everything, especially shooting, playmaking, and defense. Not so much finishing, which sucks a little bit. But Inseminator, Rebound Chaser, Worm, Circus threes, Deep threes, Bailout, Needle Threader, Stop and Pop, Hot Zone Hunter, all that wonderful stuff. And 22 gold badges like Pick Dodger, Clamps, Posterizer, all really good, and Quick for 7 downhill, which are pretty fun. So hopefully this gives you guys a lot of options to go ahead and finish out your wonderful time. If you guys were somebody that waited a day, I actually think it kind of helped you in this sense, because now we have more cards that were available, because guys like Arvydas and all them didn't have their limited sticker when we first started out. So big plus. And if you want an extra tip just to make guys a little bit faster, you can use this Mike D'Antoni Coach Boost, which you can see. It boosts the speed of every single player on the team besides apparently DJ Wilson, because he's a poor fit, which is pretty cool. Everybody gets that +4 speed on the team, which is always pretty fun. I'll be switching it back to Simbular for some fun. But overall, it's not too bad. And have some fun with it. Let me know what you guys are doing Unlimited this week and to have some fun. If there's any cards that you guys are using that I didn't talk about, let me know them down in the comment section below. Like the video, you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 10k subscribers. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.